Hello, before we begin the details of the course, I did want to take this opportunity and introduce myself to the class. The idea behind this introduction is to tell you what my education qualifications are, what my work experience is, how I'm qualified to teach this course, and why I think this course is one of the best courses you will ever take. My name is Dr. Saurabh Gupta. I graduated out of the University of Georgia. That's where I got my PhD from. My PhD is in the area of end-user computing, how humans and computer interact, training, etc. All of those areas. Before that, I got my education in India. But between those two periods, something very intriguing happened that led me to do a PhD in the area of end-user computing. I worked with a number of firms, including names like Hitachi and Bank of America. And especially in Hitachi, I implemented a system, a knowledge management system. Some of these terms you will know as we go through the course, but I implemented a knowledge management system. And even by today's standards, it's one of the best systems out there. It was based on Lotus Notes. Lotus Notes doesn't exist anymore except with IBM. But even by today's standards, it's one of the best systems out there. And it was praised by everybody, from the top management to the lowest cadre when I implemented the system. If you want to get a feel for what kind of a system I'm talking about, think about it like your LMS, like a D2L or a Blackboard system. Anyway, after 6 months of implementing it and putting data into it and being widely appreciated for it, we did an analysis of how many people were actually consistently using the system. And guess what? Only 2 people were using the system. In a large organization spread across the country, only 2 people were using the system. So that led me to the question of why, when certain technologies are really, really good, do they not get implemented or used very well, which in some sense is the area of human-computer interaction, or MIS. In your parcel, in your understanding, think about the iPhone. So a number of you have an iPhone, but when the first iPhone came out, it was not one of the best phones out there, but still it worked. It worked, it was a revolution, and it brought about a change in the consumer mindset. So the question became, why? Why do certain technologies get used and why do certain technologies not get used? That is what led me into the PhD program. In addition, I always wanted to impact business processes and use technology for competitive advantage. So that's the study I'm trying to do. And that led me to a PhD program out of the University of Georgia. After doing that PhD program, in my PhD program, I studied extensively with things like the socio-technical model, end-user training, e-learning, etc., business process management, all of which experience, my work experience as well as my education experience, I'm going to bring together to bear to help you guide you through this course. That's my job, to bring that kind of experience, both theoretical and practical. Your job at the same time, because this is an online class, we need your participation, we need your motivation. It is to a large extent built on what you want to learn or your own motivation. I want you to bring your experience. There are regular discussion forums. There's regular questions that will be asked as a part of this class. The third point I wanted to make was, why this course? Okay, why is this? Why do I believe MIS is really, really important for you? Because it is one of those few disciplines that's pervasive across the entire organization, whether it's logistics, whether it's management, whether it's finance and accounting. What you will find is MIS plays an integral part in all of these areas. And if today you have to go in and understand what an organization does and what are the internals of an organization, understanding the technology-driven processes is one of the best ways to do that. Second, you will be hired for making changes in an organization. You're not going to be hired to flip burgers. You will be hired to make changes in an organization. These changes of effectiveness and efficiency in an organization today are largely driven by technology. And again, I want you to have at least a basic insight into this as you go through the course. Finally, it also gives you, the MIS course also gives you ability to increase your own personal productivity. And we'll share some tools, we'll share some concepts that help you understand how your own personal productivity should or can be enhanced for it. So that's the overview. That's who I am in a nutshell. You can get more information about me from my website. And if you have any questions, please do email, put it in the discussion forum, email me through directly or through D2L or Blackboard. And I plan to see you online in the class. Thank you.